Hello to all my friends out there. Hi, you guys. Nice to see you again. I just walked in from the gym and I thought I'm just going to do this video, what I did today to demonstrate you can find your food 50% off or get twice as much food for the same price. You can do that. I do it. I have done it. I want to stay on this subject a little while longer. So I hope everyone is doing okay. So what I'm eating for lunch is my leftovers from last night. And what I made was, this is, what did I do with the recipe? I have it right here. I used my rice pudding recipe to make this rice with nuts and peas. And then I have 2 salmon balls left over. One of the cheapest things you can ever do is eat leftovers. And you might be thinking, I don't prefer to eat leftovers. Once you see how much money it saves, you're gonna warm up to it. All right, here is the rice pudding. So what I did was I used my rice pudding, but I excluded the sugar and the vanilla and added nuts and peas. And then it made a lot, so I had plenty left over. Here's the recipe. And let me give you the salmon ball recipe, just in case you didn't see. Sometimes these videos feed for years. So, on the way to the gym, I got some iced tea at McDonald's because I'm still going off of the Diet Coke, and I have learned, don't mess with this habit. You are bad. You cannot be trusted. And so on the way, on my McDonald's app, I got an apple pie half price. I go, okay, I will take that. I check my my app, my McDonald's app, and I had the apple pie half price. I said, I'll take it. That's 50% off. That gives me a little fruit. And then on the way home, I wanted some more iced tea to get me through the night. And so I got a free chicken sandwich. So now what I want to do is, since I have leftovers, I will take all of my my vegetables off of this, and I will freeze my chicken sandwich for later tonight. I'll probably eat it later tonight, or else I can freeze it. So when I'm at McDonald's, I ask for extra tomatoes and extra lettuce, and then I have a little salad. So here is my tasty leftovers, and I have a free salad. You guys, you're gonna warm up to my methods when you're not wringing your hands out, living lowly for no reason whatsoever. Some of you might be thinking, Rhoda, you are living lowly. You're the personification of lowly living. Yeah, that is true. But you know, you guys, I'm on a fixed income. I have to watch every centavo. Am I going to be suffering eating this? I could eat this too. But I have food in there. I have salads and stuff. I find the McDonald's lettuce and mayonnaise to be tasty. Here it is, free. Okay. So this is nothing but cheap. Everything in the stockpile and leftover makes it cheaper. Okay. So the first place after I left the gym I went to was Smart and Final, because I wanted to get a bell pepper. So I thought, buy the good ones, even if they're a little more money, so you can harvest the seeds and plant those in my garden. And probably what's going to happen, because I've been saving my bell pepper seeds, is I'm going to get a nice big harvest of bell peppers. And then I bought these mushrooms for $5. This is a lot of mushrooms. So I reported to you yesterday we need 1.75 pounds per week. This is 12 ounces. So this is a lot of mushrooms that could be substituted for meat. I think I can freeze them as well. I'm probably just going to eat them this week. So we could have peas and rice and mushrooms. We could have peas and rice, or we could have some other vegetable like mushrooms with cheese, milk, and nuts to give us more nutrition. We could have mushrooms, olives, and tofu as well. So then the other thing I bought was 2 coconuts, because these were $4.19. So the thing about coconut is you can make coconut milk. So if ever in history, recent history, have Americans faced starvation? Yeah, right on the streets every single day. At night, I dream about my relatives. Now, this is not good. The Mormons were driven out of Missouri to cross the plains all the way to Utah and Nevada. That is why there's so many Mormons in Las Vegas. And the reason my relatives were not just like murdered was because they were all armed. And so the militia came to tar and feather my dad's, I think it was great-grandfather. And the militia outnumbered the Mormons. So the old grandfather said, they might, you know, kill me, but you won't. So otherwise, all of the relatives were gonna shoot the leader of the militia full of bullet holes. So they left in the dead of winter with push carts. So some of them had oxen, and so they would never have made it across the plains if provisions weren't provided by other Mormons on the way. So okay, so let's think about this before so historically, if this has ever happened, is it inconceivable that it could happen again? Okay, so I bought mushrooms, but coconut is one of your best milks, because you can make vegetable stews. You can scrounge up some vegetables. The Mormon, there's the story I've told you. I have a lot of new subscribers. Hi. One of the Mormon girls was in Mexico because they could have their polygamy in Mexico. So they started starving. So the husband came up to America, and they were literally starving. And so an old man, and she said she had never seen him before, came up and said, now she's my age, hello. Your daughter is starving. I mean, it's not like they didn't know. They were just trying to survive. And he gave her a bag of beans, a bag of rice, and and told her to plant a garden. So most likely he must have given her vegetables. So if you make vegetable stew and you have coconut milk, or if you have babies and you have coconut milk. Now, if you're going to use it on stew, just make it thicker. But on the back of here, there is an awesome recipe for coconut granola. 3 cups rolled oats, 1/4 cup wheat flour. Now, you can grind coconut or oatmeal into flour. In fact, I have some oatmeal flour in there, and I'll be using that up in my bread making. I usually, if it's other than wheat, I'll usually add 1/4 cup to my bread. 3/4 cup oatmeal, coconut. Now, I have sweetened coconut that's cheaper, but I could use the same recipe. 3/4 cup almonds. For nut storing, if you're new, almonds would be a good one. The kind with no peel on them, no brown stuff, so you can make almond milk. Let's see, what is this? 1/2 cup maple syrup. So this is good if you have maple syrup. Like if you don't eat that many pancakes and your maple syrup has been in the refrigerator, you can use that up, or you could use honey. My recipe is more expensive than this. 1/4 cup sapphire or sunflower seed, and 1 tablespoon vanilla. So that is going to give you a sweet granola. You can add anything here to your 3 cups of oatmeal. 300, and it says 20 to 30 minutes. Let's see, maybe I can give this to you. Or you can buy one of these. This says there's 3 1/4 cups in here. So if you were going to make coconut milk, you could toast your coconut, but you don't have to. You get 1/2 cup. So this would be 6.5. No, it'd be 12 cups of coconut milk. You need a half a cup for 2 cups of water. So you boil your water really hot, and you put your coconut 1/2 cup. And so I just put it in the blender, and you leave it there until the coconut and the water come to room temperature. Then you blend it until it's totally pulverized, and then you add your other 1 cup water. But if you want to make coconut milk to pour on your stew, slowly add the coconut milk is $2 for, I think it's 12 ounces, but add your water, the 2nd cup, slowly to make it thick to pour for some good. Probably the best thing is to get actual coconuts, but that's okay. For now, I got so coconut, and it is a nut, and almonds. Okay, so I bought that, and then I got this. It's 4 of them for 50 cents each, basically, marked down. So you're buying your food marked down as much as you can, 50% off. And so the bodybuilders eat yogurt on top of their oatmeal. You know, Greek yogurt. Okay, so that is what I bought at Smart and Final. Then I went down here for the 2nd glass of tea. And I said, you are going to get your free hamburgers every day, and if you don't eat them, you're going to freeze them. So we go back to leftovers. They were free. All right, so accidentally, since it was around, so you're trying to get your food half price. You have to look in the stores. So I went to Ralph's, and I got these gefilte fish jellied broth. I would probably eat these with rice, but the price was 28 cents. So I said to the lady, is that correct? And she said, yes. And these are generally, it doesn't say on here, but the expiration is not until November 26th. So this is 1 pound, 8 ounces right here. So we need for a week 1 3/4 pounds. So this is 1.5 pounds fish for 28 cents. And then they had the bacon. Is this a pound or is this 12 ounces? This is a pound. And I got that for the Black Label this was $6.99. It says Ralph saved you $3. And Ralph saved me $5.53 on this fish. So that was about 3/4 off. And then I got this pork 50% off. So that's what I saved 50%. And this is 1.5 pounds, 1.5 pounds. So I got a whole bunch of meat, probably enough for about 2 weeks, for $12.89, so $6.40 per week. So this is how we're learning to get our food. It takes you a while to get the hang of it, but if you don't have much money, you're if you're driving past the place, like I was going to get the tea anyway, and I was going to get the tea on the way to the gym anyway, so I got my free apple pie and I got my free sandwich. Okay, so it's about getting the food really cheap, making like the rice and peas and nuts was the side to my salmon balls and potatoes with sour cream that I ate for dinner. Let's see. Okay, now back to the mushroom things. Okay, so this is to be considered like meat too, 3/4 pounds. So what I will do is I will chop those up. And then I also got this week, where is it? I don't know what it, oh, it's way over in the corner. It was a bag of onions, garlic, and jalapenos. And I think what I will do is cut one of these up and put it with my hamburger inside of my meatloaf. Or if you have one of those cheap spaghetti mixes with the spaghetti, I buy them at Walmart, spaghetti sauce and cheese, you can add the mushrooms to that. So usually I would use mushrooms in Italian food, and I would use another thing I could do is when I make my stuffed peppers, if I pour my tomato sauce over everything, then I can make pasta and make a nice big batch of spaghetti with leftovers. And then I can stuff my jalapenos, or I can pickle them. And then with my garlic, that I got a lot of cloves, I bought those at Smart and Final. So you learn, okay, Smart and Final has markdowns on produce, and you know, I got some nice food today. Okay, so then back to yogurt. I could make yogurt out of this yogurt, one of them, or I could just eat them on my oatmeal. So the yogurt can be exchanged for like your milk, so you can get 2 cups a day. So you have coconut milk, you have yogurt, you have cheese. You make cottage cheese out of your milk. I don't know about nut milk, but it works really good on cow's milk. Cottage cheese, cream cheese. I gave you the recipe, but just in case you didn't get it, here it is. And this makes a big batch of cream cheese, and then there's sour cream that's really easy to make as well. So yogurt, cheese, cottage cheese, cream cheese, and sour cream. So I watch out for markdowns on cottage cheese, cream cheese, and sour cream. And so this is going to help you when you're trying to stockpile enough meat. Start out for a week, then start out for 2 weeks, and then start out for a month. One deal like this doesn't happen often, but when you're shopping for these deals and you have back a little money, like 28 cents, you know. Okay, so so mushrooms, olives, and tofu. And you can make tofu if you have soy milk. So where we are going with the soy is growing the soy, harvesting the soy, keeping the seeds, but also learning to make soy milk, so that you're always going to have tofu. So you're always going to have protein with your, also I forgot to mention to you, the Mexican garden is onions, which are very easy to grow. I want to mention something while it's on my mind. Okay, I mentioned I got two onions marked down, but also if you just put them, so this is the end with the roots, and see my onions are already starting to sprout out, so I want to plant them in some dirt. And then last night I used my green onions, and I also, the Mexican garden is onions, very easy to grow. Cherry tomatoes grow year round. I don't have any grow lights yet. Squash and peppers. So I have the jalapeno peppers that I marked down. So I will harvest the seeds, and they're probably going to grow. So there was this thing, oh, don't bother trying to grow stuff. Those are all Terminator seeds. They are not. You can grow. Some of them won't work, but some of them will. And then also when you're stockpiling your seeds, you're going to be able to make nut butter. So, okay, I wanted to mention something. So here is just the peanut butter that I have left. Here is leftover and that I made. But you can put that in your granola. You can put peanut butter on bread, but also celery. And then also all kinds of pickled food. So if you get a good deal, like on the markdowns, if there was zucchini or cucumbers, or I could even pickle the, I might start throwing a couple garlics in my pickles. That's really good with dill pickles. So you have the stuff for the brine, you get the, and this is living in a city. And if you don't have a yard, then just grow your food in the windowsill. And another thing I learned with your cherry tomatoes, don't throw them away just because they look dead, because they'll bear again the next year a lot of times. All right, you guys. God bless you all, and say to yourself, do I believe that in history there's never going to be starvation again? Well, we're seeing starvation, and it's not pretty. And I don't want to mention anything on that because it's very bad for the channel. Okay, you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all.